games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, and we're doing an EP track by track for J.J Hrubovcak. We even fucking tested this before recording it. I still got it wrong.
How did you get to crack though?
Fucking hell. Yeah, him. Brendan, say his name, please.
J.J Hrubovcak.
Yes, Death Metal Christmas. He's a multi-instrumentalist best known for his bass playing work in Hate Eternal. Although he's also listed, I looked online, as being in Divine Rapture and a band called Randall Flagg.
Yeah,
both,
I saw that too. I was like, yeah, cool.
But neither of those bands have released anything since the early noughties, even though, according to online, they're still active, but nothing since the early noughties. So you kind of got to imagine they're defunct. In 2013, he decided to release a solo EP named Death Metal Christmas, hellish renditions of Christmas classics. A serious, and I mean serious, take on 5 well-known holiday songs with twisted lyrics and a darker theme with vocals done by his brother Mike. So it's 5 tracks long. I actually reviewed this on the site a couple of years ago. So for doing this track by track, I went back to sort of see what I'd written.
Yeah.
And I had to end up re-listening to them again because, you know, my reviews can sometimes be quite abrupt to certain tracks. It's not like I could take the detail from it. So, and we begin with Unrest for Melancholy Men, or God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, as it's better known. A version of that track, but turned up to 11. Ferocious death metal riffing, drumming in the most unholy of growls. It's functional, but that's about it. For having such a serious tone, for me, it still comes across a bit cheesy, thanks to the fact that it sticks to the original song's melody.
We might be quite, well, I don't know about the whole album, but we're quite different on the first one because I love this song.
Ooh.
I think it's quite raw, it's quite black, the drums are great, riffs, vocals, it's very dark, it's dirty and aggressive. I completely get that there is no Christmas spirit here, but that's completely the point. This is essentially meant to be an anti-Christmas, or at least an anti-Christian Christmas album. I quite like how they keep the traditional hymn structure because I think that gives it that little taste of sort of sacrilegious feeling. You know, the fact that he's spitting this pure venom over their hymn.
Okay.
You know? I think the solo's great. They've got a real harmonized vocals that come in. Yeah, for me, like it's exactly what it's meant to be, which is like, here's your hymn. I'll spit bile on that.
Okay, right, fair dues. You're right. Yeah, it did very little for me, man. It really did. But Earth and Kings, which is We Three Kings, for me is a sludgy and excellent cover of the track. The guitar work is very impressive. The drums are frenzied at times, overshadowing what are overly familiar death vocals that you get throughout this EP. It sounds filthy, leaves a mark on the psyche.
Yeah, again for me, yeah, I like it as well. I like the slowed down tone. It's dark, it's heavy. I like the fact again that it still keeps that recognizable tune, but you know, the whole point I kind of took from the album was literally that, you know, here's your songs and look what I'm doing to them.
Yeah,
you know, it's not too far off like burning their Bible, you know, or burning their Christmas CD. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I like in there. I like the little changes, the anti-religious sort of lyrical changes that he makes. I think you have to be, it could quite easily have gone really, really cheesy, but I think they work okay. Drums, amazing. Drums are absolutely brilliant on this song. And I think what makes them even more amazing is the fact that they are going like 10,000 miles an hour while the rest of the song is going slowly.
Yeah.
You know, he's singing slowly and drawn out, but the drums are just constant, non-stop. It's brilliant to listen to.
It really shouldn't work either because it should be completely out of tune with each other, but it does work.
It does work, yeah. I think the only thing I wasn't really cool on this is like the solo is properly a solo written elsewhere and then inserted into a song. It doesn't flow in the song at all. It's just suddenly you're in a solo and you're like, oh, I like the solo, but how's that work in this track? You know. Okay. But overall, I enjoy it.
Awesome. Nutcracker Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. No silly name given here, just an actual name of the track. The familiar melody, you know this fucking melody. begins things, and I'm already like, for me, it's probably the most predictable intro of a Christmas metal track ever. As you get that, fucking melody, and you're just like, where's the hit? Where's the drums and guitars? And obviously they hit. It's devastating. But for me, actually, and I don't really like the Sugar Plum Fairy melody, but I quite like this. It's a classy listen, and I actually like the fact it's got no vocals.
Yeah, I really like this. Really do. Like, genuinely, I think it's brilliant. I was surprised, very much surprised by the fact that it did start with the original kind of orchestral, tones.
Dance, yeah.
Which, because after the first two, that was like the last thing I was expecting when the next song started off was that clean sort of note. I think when it drops, it's awesome. The drums are venomous, the guitars are great. I'd mosh this song.
Yeah.
Quite happily. I think it's great. It's loads of guitars, big instrumental. It keeps the tune, obviously, of the song kind of going through, but it sounds so much better with the guitars doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, this is great. It just turns a dainty little classical music song into a kind of fiery, raging demon.
Absolutely. Right. This is going to be fascinating because the next track is one I absolutely, for me, it's as bad as Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. And I hate Greensleeves. I hate the melody, I hate the tune, and I've hated every cover of it. So here, it is unsurprisingly the most lacking track and a bog standard cover that is far too messy to even enjoy. Once again, the guitars do stand out, but it's one of those shrug your shoulders efforts that you could swear every band has done at one time or another, which they have. I don't care for the original tune, so that's a major problem. And other than being heavy, when it actually gets going, that's it. It's Greensleeves. Don't like it.
Well, you can't be right all the time, can you?
No, that's true.
The first thing I wrote down weirdly, and I know I'm wrong on this, but I never really associated Greensleeves with Christmas.
No, not at all. Which
That's
is
the thing.
Fucking irritating thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so I always find that a bit weird. It's just like it's like used all over the place in films and everything. It's not a Christmas tune,
but it's been adopted into Christmas.
Yeah, you can't just take it.
Apparently they have, because it keeps cropping up on Christmas albums.
Fucking, it's the church again, mate. I'm telling you. take anything that's not nailed down, they will. Mm-hmm. Well, that was quite a good little pun on Jesus being crucified, wasn't it?
That was good. That just went over my head.
Yeah, I didn't even mean it. But unsurprisingly, because I'm a big fan of this EP, I actually really like this, and this is my favourite on the album.
Wow.
I think, is it? Yeah, it's my favourite on the album. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Ferociously fast, mesmerising drums, a wicked guitar line. I found myself air drumming at points, head banging along. Guitar solo's brilliant. And I ended with just saying I would happily listen to this at any time of the year.
Wow. It's been a long time since we've done a track by track for a record where we've been predominantly on opposite sides. Yeah, this is a new one. But it wraps up. We're done already with O Come Azrael, which is a version of O Come Emmanuel. It's a much darker cover of the original song. A highlight of the record for me, because here you can hear just what JJ was going for with an impressively sinister sounding death metal effort. I like how evil it sounds. There's chaos, which is a perfect summation of Christmas time.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up on the chaos as well. I think it takes a turn towards some extreme darkness at points. It's quite filthy, squealing guitars, gunfire, sort of drums going off. There's a lot going on. For me, though, it actually, I like it, but I felt it lacked a little bit of the excitement of some of the rest of the EP.
Ooh,
so I thought the EP was fantastic and ended with an average track, whereas you kind of went the opposite way in it completely.
Yeah, that I didn't really care for the EP, but I think it ended strongly.
Yeah.
That is actually fucking brilliant. I love that. We've not been this opposite in a long time. And what a time to do it at Christmas. But there you go. Let us know your thoughts about the EP in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?